Hey Magic fans, and welcome to the Let's Talk Magic podcast game day preview. Today we are talking about regular season game number 52. San Antonio Spurs are in town versus the Orlando Magic. Tonight we face Wembyama and the Spurs, and we are looking to sweep the season as the Magic begin what is a 4-game homestand on the run-up to the All-Star break. San Antonio are also on the second night of a back-to-back. First of all, everything I say in this, there is, where we're talking about lineups and the like, there is that caveat that today is trade deadline day. Exciting day across the NBA. Fans always get wrapped up into it, but it could affect who we have available potentially if you're expecting the Magic to make a deal. Alternatively, it could affect the Spurs if you're expecting them to make a deal. So just bear in mind as we run through this. So let's talk about it first of all. Venue, Kia Centre, Orlando, and the UK tip time is midnight, 7 p.m. in Orlando. And to watch here in the UK live or on demand, as we always tell you, you will need an active NBA League Pass subscription. Going to talk about the Magic first of all. Regular season record of 27 and 24. We lost our last outing and are 5 and 5 in the last 10 played. The home record is officially 15 and 7, but bear in mind one of those defeats was the home game in the Mexico City Global Games series that the Magic took part in earlier in the year. We sit 8th in the East, trailing Indiana and Miami, who are in 6th and 7th. Each of those teams have played one more game than us, and the Pacers tonight face the Golden State Warriors at home. Points per game, the Magic are scoring 111.2, conceding 110.8, rated 24th on offence, 4th on defence. Last time out we played the Miami Heat, and Orlando went into Miami on the final night of a 5-game road trip. Looked out of energy and were a step off the pace all night. It was almost a scheduled loss coming on the back of a 5-game road trip, as we say. Physical Miami team, they closed the season series with a home court blowout of us, 95 to 121, giving them 3-1 record over the Magic this season. We trailed by as many as 20 in the first half, but the Magic did pull it back to being within 5 points during the early part of the third quarter. However, Miami reclaimed the momentum. They put together a 34-15 run and never let go. Paolo Banchero put up 23 points, 9 rebounds and 7 assists. That was a 18th straight road game that he has scored 20 plus games in. The only other player to do that is Tracy McGrady. He's had it twice. The record is 21 games, and Paolo tied his second longest, Tracy McGrady's second longest, with 18 games from the 2002-2003 season. Wendell Carter Jr. put up 15 points, Markelle Fultz 13. Franz Wagner was targeted by a swarming Miami pressure, and it saw him have 7 turnovers in the game, unfortunately, and struggle to impact on offence, reaching ultimately 13 points. Starting lineup: Markelle Fultz, Jalen Suggs, Franz Wagner, Paolo Banchero and Wendell Carter Jr. From the bench we saw Jonathan Isaac, Gary Harris, Cole Anthony, Mo Wagner and Joe Ingles as the core. And once we waved the white flag, Anthony Black, Chuma Okeke, Goga Bitadze and Caleb Houston joined Cole Anthony for the final 3 minutes. Trevelyan Queen, Abril Schofield were both available but did not play. As to tonight, the Magic have no injuries listed again. Jet Howard remains unavailable, G League assignment. Kevon Harris is listed out as being G League 2-way. Expect Coach Mosley to go with that preferred starting unit again and continue to lock in on the core bench unit. Remember the caveat, trade deadline, we'll wait and see. San Antonio Spurs, regular season record of 10 and 41. They've lost 5 on the bounce and are 3 and 7 in the last 10 played, standing last in the West at 15th, scoring slightly more than we do per game, 112.2, but they are conceding considerably more, 120.8 points per game. Offensively, they are rated at 28th, and defensively they are 24th. On the road, the Spurs have a 5-20 record. This team do take a lot of shots per game, 91.2 per game, which is top end of the league. They are amongst the worst for accuracy though. Coach Greg Popovich, he plays a style of offence that is based on movement, and they do rank third in assists. Aside from the blocks, Spurs' defensive stats are virtually all in the bottom third of the league. This season's number one pick, Victor Wembanyama, is without doubt generational talent. Rookie season seeing a double-double average of 20.4 points per game, I'll get there, and 10.3 rebounds. And don't forget, he's also leading the league with 3.1 blocks per game. You cannot ignore the scoring contributions of Devin Vassell at 18.7 points per game and Keldon Johnson at 16.5 points per game. And guard Trey Jones is leading them on assists per game, which is very much a team responsibility for the Spurs, but Trey Jones does have 5.8 per game. Last night, Spurs on a back-to-back, as we say, first night of it, took a road loss 104-116 in Miami. Trey Jones led the Spurs with 19 points and 6 assists. Devin Vassell also tallied 19 points scored. Victor Wembanyama put up 18 points and 13 rebounds for a double-double. The bench, joint led by Jenny Osman and Zach Collins, both with 8 points, low scoring night for them. Starting five, Devin Vassell, Trey Jones, Jeremy Sohan, Julian Champagny and Victor Wembanyama. On a back-to-back, at the point of writing and recording this, their injury report had not been submitted. Against Miami, only Charles Bassey was absent through a season-ending ACL tear. Whoever Coach Pop goes with, expect them to play hard. And it's likely that core starting unit remains, but do not be surprised if the bench minutes are really widely distributed. He is using a lot of people in this season so far. Head-to-head on the season with the head-to-head with the San Antonio Spurs, 70 regular season games played, and the score stands 21-49 to the Spurs. The teams met last week, game day number 48, January the 31st. Orlando got a road W 108-98. A hugely impressive battle between Jonathan Isaac and Victor Wembanyama. At times, J.I.'s defence was absolutely suffocating on his opponent. Wembanyama, 21 points, but most of those came when J.I. was on the bench. Paolo Banchero, 25 points, 9 rebounds and 7 assists. Franz Wagner put up 20 points, 8 rebounds and 5 assists in what was a superb team performance by the Magic ultimately. Last season, series was split 1-1, each team winning their home court game, and Orlando had lost the 2-season series previously. The Magic last won this series in 2008-2009. Be a nice one to break that record off tonight. And so final thought, we remain at 13-1 when allowing opponents 100 points or less in a game, and we are 22-1 when leading or tied going into that final quarter. None of that applied during the Miami game. Tonight, perhaps there's that opportunity to improve on that record. This is an extended homestand going up to the All-Star weekend. We play the Spurs, Bulls, OKC and Knicks, and it could see us pick up 1 or 2 very much needed wins in that chase for the playoffs. But to start that process of the wins, tonight we will almost certainly need Jonathan Isaac to be again at his best to slow Victor Wembanyama. Also, we have Magic UK representation in the arena tonight. Our very own Geraint Jones, along with Tom and Robbie Sohn, and one of our patrons, Dylan, are all going to be in the arena. Have an amazing night, guys. Cheer loudly. Get behind the team for us all. If you've enjoyed this preview, please give it a thumbs up. Subscribe to our YouTube channel and hit the notification button. But more importantly, let's go Magic and let's get our W. Start this homestand correct.